Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be going over which character is the best option to pull in version 3.0, as there are going to be a bunch of reruns, as well as two new characters being the Herta and Aglaea. Before we begin today's video, let me know which character from 3.0 and beyond you are personally the most excited for. For me personally, so far, it's definitely the Herta. Lastly, if you guys enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, hit the like button to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. To begin, let's go over Big Herta. Herta will be an Ice Erudition character who focuses on inflicting interpretation stacks onto enemies, which will increase the damage that she deals onto them. And her team members can assist with inflicting interpretation stacks onto enemies as well. Big Herta will become stronger alongside another Erudition character when it comes to quickly stacking interpretation, as well as improving Herta's damage output even further. As for how many times interpretation can stack, it can stack up to 42 times on an enemy for the maximum damage output, and Herta's enhanced skill Hear Me Out will deal damage based on how many interpretation stacks are on the primary target. As for how to take advantage of Herta's enhanced skill, after she uses her ultimate, she'll be able to unleash her enhanced skill, and as I mentioned, the damage output will be based on how many interpretation stacks are on that primary target. Afterwards, the stacks will reset on that target, but interpretation stacks accumulated on other enemies on the field will stay. What's really nice about Herta's ultimate is not only that it attacks all enemies, it'll also rearrange the interpretation stacks onto an elite or higher level enemy, which allows Herta's enhanced skill to not have any wasted damage potential. When it comes to Herta teams, she appreciates having another Erudition character on the team to have someone nicely assist with inflicting interpretation stacks onto enemies, as well as furthering her damage output. I mentioned this in my previous Herta video, but she does remind me of how Acheron functions when it comes to wanting nihility allies on the team to further improve her damage output as well as assist with gaining stacks for her ultimate. In the case of Herta, she'll want Erudition allies, and we may end up even getting another Erudition character in the future that further improves Herta's potential, similar to how we got Jiao Cho for Acheron. When it comes to team building with Herta though, there's a good amount of variety with the characters you can use alongside her, as well as the supports on the team. When it comes to free-to-play Herta teams, you can consider using Big Herta with Little Herta, and Remembrance Trailblazer on the team with a sustain of your choice. Little Herta will assist with inflicting interpretation stacks onto enemies. Remembrance Trailblazer will be able to provide true damage for an ally as well as advance them forward by 100% once Mem is fully charged, and depending on the sustain on your team, you'll be able to assist with interpretation stack generation there as well. I personally would recommend Lingsha or Aventurine due to their attacking frequency, especially in the case of Lingsha, but you can use other sustains as well. Gallagher is a decent budget option, Wahua gives more energy for the team, which results in more ultimate usage, and so on. As for another free-to-play option, you can use Herta alongside Serval, which will be a very nice synergy as Serval has a very low energy cost of only 100, and with certain builds, which can include the usage of an energy regen rope, the passkey light cone, and overall catering towards Serval attacking frequently, so potentially using the Eagle set as well as Von Whack on her, Serval can use her ultimate very frequently, as well as being able to unleash AoE damage. This will assist with inflicting more interpretation stacks onto enemies, and as a result, being a battery, if you will, for Herta. As for other team members, you can use Argenti for his AoE capabilities. Jade is a nice option as she'll be able to unleash AoE follow-up attacks onto enemies. And if you have a team of the Herta, Lingsha, and Jade, you can consider actually making Lingsha the debt collector, as Lingsha has high AoE attacking frequency with her ultimate skill, follow-ups, and so on. When it comes to that particular team, Lingsha will assist with allowing Jade to follow-up attack more frequently, and as a result, this inflicts more interpretation stacks onto enemies and benefits the Herta overall. You can consider using Himiko for her AoE capabilities as well, especially if you can potentially inflict frequent follow-up attacks onto enemies, and so on. As for supportive options, there are quite a few you can consider using. For free-to-play, Remembrance Trailblazer is a very nice option, especially if you don't have many supports on your account. You can also consider using Robin for her damage buffs, 100% advance forward for the team, attack buffs, and so on. You can consider Ruan Mei for her team-wide buffs, Halo for AoE defense reduction onto enemies, Sunday can also be used to advance forward an ally, provide more energy for Herta, which can allow her to use her ultimate sooner. Sunday provides damage buffs, crit rate, crit damage, and so on. You can consider using Bronya, Sparkle, and much more. When it comes to supportive options, this really just comes down to what characters you have on your account, but there are a good amount of variety in what supports you can consider using on the team. When it comes to Herta's Erudition allies, there's a nice amount of free-to-play and premium options, so I would say Herta has a good amount of team synergies for majority of players to be able to take advantage of. I would say when it comes to Herta's value, she's a very nice option for those that are looking for a new damage dealer, especially those lacking an ice damage dealer, as we haven't gotten a new ice damage dealer in quite a while. And if you also enjoy the idea of using dual Erudition characters on a team, and of course enjoy her animations and also pretty silly skill names, those are the reasons I would personally recommend the Herta, and I'm sure she'll definitely be a powerhouse when it comes to endgame modes. Now that we've gone over the Herta, let's discuss Aglaea. Aglaea will be the first limited Remembrance character, being a lightning Remembrance character who has a Memo Sprite, which is essentially a summon for Remembrance characters, and her Memo Sprite is the Garment Maker, and they both focus on reaching extremely high speeds and inflicting frequent damage onto enemies. Aglaea's skill will summon the Garment Maker, or if the Garment Maker is already on field, then Aglaea's skill will actually heal them. The Garment Maker will act independently as well. When Aglaea attacks an enemy, she'll inflict a mark onto them, which the Garment Maker will attack that enemy as well as adjacents. Whenever the Garment Maker attacks enemies, this will actually increase their speed, and this can stack up to 6 times. After Aglaea uses her ultimate, she'll also have her speed increase as well, and will also enhance her basic attack, which allows her to attack with the Garment Maker, and this will deal damage to a main target and adjacents. It's also worth noting that the Garment Maker can be buffed and can also receive damage from enemies. And whenever the Garment Maker attacks or receives damage, they will recover energy for Aglaea. When it comes to Aglaea's playstyle, she'll be able to reach very high speeds as well as inflict very frequent damage onto enemies. And when it comes to her teams, she'll benefit from allies who will be able to grant her more energy for her ultimate usage, as well as allies who can further buff her damage output. You can use Aglaea alongside Remembrance Trailblazer to take advantage of the 100% advance forward as well as true damage once Mem is fully charged, and from there you can pick a secondary support in your sustain of choice. Sunday will be an excellent support for Aglaea as he'll be able to provide massive damage buffs, crit damage buffs, crit rate buffs, advance forward her as well as the Garment Maker, and also provide her a bunch of energy for her ultimate. Robin could be a nice choice to use alongside Aglaea as she can advance forward Aglaea as well as the Garment Maker and provide damage buffs, attack buffs, and so on. For sustain options, one of the best options will be Huohua as she could provide energy for the team, cleanse the team, provide attack buffs, and so on. For a more budget-friendly option, you can consider Gallagher, especially with Quid Pro Quo equipped to provide more energy for allies. One of Aglaea's premium teams will consist of Sunday, Robin, and Huohua. She likely can take advantage of other supportive options as well, but we'll have to wait and see just how fully versatile she is in comparison to other DPS options when it comes to team synergies. As for her pull value, she's a nice option for those who are interested in her hyperspeed playstyle and also want a new lightning DPS. As for her full potential though, we'll have to see more near her release, but so far she's looking to be another strong DPS option overall. Now when it comes to our character reruns, we have Feixiao, Lingsha, Jade, Robin, Boothill, and lastly Silverwolf. Yeah, that's a lot of reruns, alright. Starting off with Feixiao, she's still a very powerful DPS option in Star Rail, especially with a well-built follow-up team. You can consider more budget options to use with her, such as Hot March 7th or even Mosa, who will be one of the 4 stars on her banner. One of the best supports to use alongside Feixiao will be Robin, who is also getting a rerun within 3.0 as well. Is a strong option to consider, especially if you're a big fan of Feixiao and also a fan of the follow-up playstyle. As for Jade, she is a very strong option for pure fiction, but can also perform nicely in other endgame modes as well, especially with multiple enemies on the field to take advantage of frequent follow-up attacks. Jade will be a nice partner to consider using alongside the Herta, but do keep in mind that there is budget-friendly Erudition characters you can use alongside Herta as well. You can use Jade alongside Little Herta, Himeko, Lingsha as the debt collector due to her high AoE attacking frequency, and so on. As for the last rerun during the first half of version 3.0, we have Lingsha. Lingsha is a very nice sustain option for those who may be lacking a premium sustain, and for those who want to take advantage of Lingsha's damaging capabilities when it comes to break-centric teams. With the release of Fugue, main DPS Lingsha became even easier to use, as Fugue allows Lingsha to reduce enemy toughness meters regardless if they are weak to the fire element or not. Plus, Lingsha can dish out very nice damage output alongside a break DPS on your team as well. There are also cases of crit Lingsha too. Lingsha is a very versatile sustain due to her AoE capabilities, her frequent follow-up attacks, emergency healing for the team, her ultimate advancing forward Fuyuan, which is her follow-up by 100%, which can allow you to attack multiple times in a row with Lingsha, and so on. Lingsha will also be a very good sustain option alongside the Herta due to her frequent AoE capabilities for stacking interpretation stacks onto enemies, as well as also being Jade's deck collector on a team of big Herta, Jade, and Lingsha as I mentioned before. Overall, Lingsha is a very powerful sustain option to consider picking up, as she could be used very nicely on break teams but other teams as well. For example, follow-up teams to assist with Feixiao's Flying Aureus stacks, advancing forward Numbi, giving Hot March 7th a good amount of stacks to unleash her enhanced basic attack due to Lingsha's attacking frequency by making Lingsha her Shifu, and Lingsha can just be used as a very nice general sustain as well due to her very nice healing capabilities. As for the second half of 3.0 though, we have Boothill, Robin, and Silverwolf. Boothill is a nice option to consider if you are in need of a break damage dealer, especially as he unleashes some of the highest single target damage in the game. But if you already have a break DPS invested into, then Boothill isn't as much as a priority unless you're trying to run multiple break teams, especially now that we have Fugue as a secondary super break enabler. As for Robin, she still provides immense value as she is one of the best supportive options you can use on numerous teams. She pairs amazingly on follow-up teams but can also be used on dual DPS teams, or even hyper-carry oriented teams. Robin is able to provide team-wide damage buffs, massive attack buffs, 100% advance forward with her ultimate, crit damage buffs, and also deal physical damage onto enemies during her ultimate after allies attack enemies, which this can actually help with ensuring that you defeat enemies with the additional damage output. Robin's E1 also provides immense value as it'll increase all allies' all-type res pen by 24%, which does result in a 24% final damage increase, and is a very valuable Eidolon for furthering teams' damage output. Overall, Robin still possesses immense value for players to consider picking up as she is a very versatile character for numerous teams. Lastly, we have Silverwolf, who unfortunately has lost a bit of value over time due to characters being able to either implant enemies with their elements now, or being able to reduce the toughness meter of enemies regardless of what they are weak to, which does make Silverwolf's elemental implant a bit less valuable depending on who your main damage dealers are. Silverwolf's debuffing capabilities though are still nice for dealing increased single target damage onto enemies. However, there are also multiple other supports you can potentially consider using instead, especially if you are using an AoE damage dealer. And when it comes to just the two supportive options in the second half of version 3.0, I personally would recommend picking up Robin more. Before we go over character priority that I would recommend, I wanted to quickly go over the 4 stars on the first half and second half banners. For the first half, we have Natasha, Asta, and Mosa. I would say the most noteworthy 4-star here is Mosa, as he is a very nice option for follow-up centric teams. And there is of course also Asta, who for newer players that may not have many supports just yet, Asta can be a pretty nice free-to-play option to use. As for the second half of 3.0, we'll have Tingyun, Hanya, and Sushang. Tingyun is a great supportive option for the energy. She'll provide an ally, attack buffs, damage buffs, and so on. Hanya could be a decent option for those who may not have many supportive options on their account just yet as well. The second half's Lycone banner will also have Dance Dance Dance, which is an incredible harmony Lycone for being able to advance the entire team forward, and there will also be a 4-star Remembrance Lycone on the banner as well, which will likely be a nice 4-star option for Aglaea. I would say when it comes to the 4-star options on the character banner as well as Lycone banner, the second half has stronger value. When it comes to all of our options though, it ultimately comes down to what character roles you are missing. If you're missing damage dealers, then the DPS options can be a higher consideration. If you're lacking a sustain, then Lingsha could be worthwhile to pick up. And of course, for those lacking Robin, I would recommend picking her up. When it comes to which character to pick overall though, I would recommend Robin as the highest priority if you don't already have her due to her versatility as well as her very valuable buffing capabilities. For the damage dealers, this is honestly up to personal preference, but I would recommend looking at the newer DPS characters first, as they may have more value when it comes to their overall strength, as well as having future characters potentially cater towards them, making them stronger in the future. For example, as I mentioned earlier in this video, Herta may end up getting a new Erudition character in the future, which becomes her new best in slot, and this will end up furthering her potential. Aglaea being the first limited Remembrance character can allow for future possible characters to also nicely cater towards Remembrance characters and their overall playstyle, especially now that we are entering the summon meta, if you will, with the Remembrance characters and their memo sprites. I wouldn't be too surprised if we do get another character in the future that very nicely caters towards them. When it comes to the Herta and Aglaea, both will likely be very strong DPS options, and of course with upcoming early access showcases, we'll have a very good idea of how powerful they are, which I'll be sure to showcase the Herta very soon, as well as showcase Aglaea near her release, which will be before the Herta's banner goes away. I would wait near the end of Herta's banner to determine if you rather pick up Herta or Aglaea based on the upcoming showcases. Ultimately though, the DPS options are very much up to personal preference, as majority of these options are very powerful options for accounts depending on what characters you may have on your accounts, and also just what playstyle you rather invest into. For those that aren't too sure though, for the second half of version 3.0, I would actually recommend waiting until the 3.1 livestream to see what Tribbie and Mydei may offer, as well as what potential reruns we'll get during their banners. I would love to know though which character you are personally pulling for and why, as well as who you would recommend for players to pull the most. I hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like, support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.